I'm an open-minded skeptic. Who's ready? You think we can't? Huh? And not only that, but you think we won't? Oh, I tell you, boy, we will. Son of a gun. Now my pants are falling. What the heck? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Full Circus. I've been doing some thinking, mostly about that intro right there. It's a bit redundant, I think, for me to, one, introduce myself and the name of the show when it's in the title. You know, you clicked on it and you're like, episode whatever, this is, hey, and this is Full Circus with Tristan Sartoris, or it's going this way, whatever. Point is, you're like, I know, okay? Imagine if you opened up every single movie and they said, hey, this is Oppenheimer, okay? I'm Cillian Murphy, and here's the movie. They're like, okay, you're already throwing us off track. We knew what we were getting into. The opening credits were the title. As such, we read it, we understood. You might as well just start throwing the episode number in the description as well in your intro, okay? So I'm realizing maybe it's my fault, and I gotta dial that back just a bit. I don't know. We'll think about it. Anyways, guys, what's going on? This is a late episode. There's a lot to say, man. I am currently on a mission right now to go and get some things done. We're recording at 10 p.m. and I'm about to record for however long we do this fun little show. And then I'm going to whisk away into the night and go work on some motorcycles as well as some roofing. Because I'm just like, hey, I feel sparked. I feel not necessarily energized, but motivated to go and do so. In fact, I really don't feel energized, man. I quit caffeine recently. We're kind of all over the place, but don't worry, it all ties itself into a nice, beautiful storyline bow. Okay, but anyways, I quit caffeine. Now, I don't know if I ever mentioned that I was taking caffeine, but in the midst of all the craziness as life kind of just keeps throwing, you know, stones of inconvenience at you, duck, oh, dude, and you're like, ow, I'm getting hit by every single one. I'm so exhausted. I decided that I was going to hop on the little energy drink train, and it wasn't a lot. I was having like 120, and it's you know, not a lot of milligrams in the grand scheme of things. People who just chug Monster by the gallon, or people who are just having lots of pop, or, you know, people who down coffee like they're not going to have it again tomorrow. Or just even the Starbucks people. The Starbucks. That's my fingers for Starbucks. I don't get Starbucks. I've gone there for a few times with people, and it's always, hey, this is the whole other language, the venti, the frappuccino, and the vanilla sweet cream cold foam, half the dish, and dust, and dude. And you're like, whoa, half of it's Italian, and then there's Spanish, and there's talls, and none of it makes any sense to me. And also, I just don't like the taste of coffee regardless. Point being, I'm not having a lot of caffeine, at least I think, in, you know, across the board of what's standard to the rest of the population, but it's been enough for me that I'm like, oh, you know, this is new. And here's the issue. The reason I've been trying to quit it is that, one, I don't feel like caffeine has ever had an effect. I never feel, yeah, come on. I don't know if I was thinking it was going to be like meth or something. Oh, yeah. But I don't feel jittery. I don't feel jazzed. I don't feel energized or supersized, or whatever other terminology you might use at Starbucks. But I do feel tired, which is weird. So I don't feel like I'm getting highs, but I wake up and, like, if I'm not going to get this energy drink, I'm feeling the lows. Like, I'm still like, something needs to bring me back up to baseline. And that's not what I wanted it for ever. Okay? I didn't want to create a new base. Like, if you're taking some sort of substance at all, I'm imagining that here's me at a normal peak, and I want to be crashing the ceiling. Like, this is me operating at a high functioning level, not now my life sucks. I need to take these every day just to reach normalcy again. And by the way, normal me was struggling. Okay? So now I've quit caffeine. I've decided cold turkey, no more of that. Again, wasn't feeling a lot of benefits, but I was feeling the lows. And now I feel like I'm here. I'm way below my normal threshold. So it's taking some time, and my workload has not tapered off at all. It's arguably the worst time to be doing this at all, but I'm taking the challenge on henceforth because I like to think I'm better than I am, and as we all know, I'm not. So staying in the thick of it, trying to keep going, moving forward. Okay, inspiration words aside, magic. Do you feel inspired and motivated? Maybe there's something you want to work on in your life. Take the chance, man. So anyways, outside of that, dude, I've had probably absolutely one of the toughest days. And it's not tough in like a normal sense where like, oh man, my dog died and inflation happened or something like that. It's just like one little thing after another thing after another thing. So I was trying to record and I was trying to get a lot of my voiceover work done. And then all of a sudden my dad, he needs some medicine and some Gatorades and he's struggling, he needs some help. And I have an audition that I've been procrastinating because I procrastinated my first voiceover. So everything was kind of just falling out of whack. Point is, my day was not off to a hot start and he needed something urgent and I needed something to be urgent. And I prioritized him because what? I'm the golden child, right? So I whisk away, and I'm like, I'm going to do this as fast as possible. So I run to the store, and I start like running into it, and there's someone like on her little go-kart scooter, and I feel bad for running past them, so I don't. And this adds like an extra 7 minutes because I'm like, well, it's your fault for aging. Like, what am I supposed to feel? Like, I don't know. Again, the golden child. I'm a good person. So I end up walking the whole length all the way into the grocery store. Luckily, she takes a left because if she would have followed me, I don't know if I would have had the strength to finally speed walk past her. So I get there. I forget to even bring a card because I was so focused on not making this elderly person in her scooter feel bad for being slow. I think she had more throttle in her, okay, Susan? You could have went a little bit faster. You saw me trying to reach out and extend a helping hand. Point is, I didn't get a cart. I go all the way to the Gatorades. My dad's like, just get a bunch of them. So I'm grabbing. I'm like, oh, I don't have anything. So I'm fumbling them. They're dropping all over the floor. Also, again, I'm in a rush. And anytime something starts, like anything, dude, your pocket catches on a door handle, you stub your toe, things are falling, you fumble your keys, you hit your head on the freaking car door, whatever it is. Any little thing, when you're in a rush and you're already inconvenienced, it's magnified. So these are two. Right at the gate, I'm going slower. Now I'm fumbling everything. Then I get to the freaking aisle. Everyone has taken all of the checkout places. So I'm sitting there waiting and waiting. I'm still dropping some things. It's embarrassing. And then I get to it, and I guess I scanned one twice at the freaking screen. We need to bring up some of the efficient, the high protocol people who are able to deal with such a machine. They come running right by like the SWAT, off the little lanyard from their hip. And we're watching the freaking, it shows an instant replay like I'm in the NFL. Let's take it back to see what Tristan Sartoris did wrong. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Oh, and right there, do you see it? He hit him with the double scan. Now, John, that's an illegal move here at Meyer. So then they're like, oh, yeah, you can't move it like back and forth over. I'm like, that's my bad. We gotta go. So I do that. Everyone's behind. Again, that line's waiting. So they're waiting for me now. I'm like, okay, thanks. I put all the stuff into the bag. Now, and then immediately, Home Alone style, they crash out the bottom. Gatorade's spilling all over the floor. Oh, yeah, dude. Is it that big of a deal? No, but I'm already inconvenienced. I'm already in a rush, okay? So I pick all of them up, and I'm double, triple bagging them. People are like, I'll help you. I'm like, thank you so much, but, I feel like I'm inconveniencing everybody, and, I just wanted that lady to not feel like she was old. So then I zip out of there. Hit a lot of traffic. I finally deliver it to my father, and this is where it should all end for a second, except for whatever reason, our deaf neighbor was helping my father on this day, and he's on the roof at this house they're working on with a power washer. Now, he can't hear me. He doesn't know what my story is or how I'm feeling. But he's like, hey, it's a hot day, and I step out of the car, blasted. Right in the face with water. My clothes, but by the way, I had an audition I was rushing to. I was wearing my outfit that I was like clean and just ready for this little audition that the guy's supposed to be all modernized or whatever. I blasted. I look up, he's laughing, finger guns, like, yeah, this is sweet. I go and deliver the Gatorades, and I just, it hurt, man. It sucked. More so my feelings. I just felt like I wasn't noticed. I felt like he wasn't paying attention to me and my heart. DEFCON Y. No, he's good. He's good people. Okay, he was a good person. It was just it was a whole conglomerate of inconvenience, and I can only laugh about it now, but I came back. I did get the audition done. I got everything to my dad. Everything worked in one big, happy, beautiful time, and without any caffeine, mind you, okay? I needed it. As I was scrambling, I was like, oh, I see on the aisle, like the golden, the angel headlights were coming down, and I could see the Monster, I could see the Red Bull, and I thought, what if, just maybe a little pick-me-up is what I need. Maybe my motor skills aren't working because I'm out of control. But I didn't do it. I held strong, and it's not even that big of a deal, but it is to me, okay? Because if there's one thing I value over being the best person alive, it's my discipline, I think. I don't know. We'll see. Check back in next week if I'm still holding strong. But anyways, it was pretty tough. I got the audition. It was a lot of dancing too, and it was awkward. Dancing isn't my forte. I don't know if you guys know that, but I'm in this little kind of space, and I keep spinning and I crashing into the wall. Oh, jeez, freaking just falling. Talk about breakdancing. Hey-o. And my stupid fabrics are falling down the whole time. I did get it done, but the entire first half of my day was pretty rough. It was pretty ruthless, and I wasn't too thrilled about it in the slightest. So that was kind of how it went, and there's my update. That's, it just goes to show not everything works out for me, but you know what? Things always do work out for me. Because you know why? Even if they don't, isn't it better to be let down at the point of impact than to spend your whole day thinking, this sucks, it's not going well? I like to constantly believe that things are going to work out for me and things are going to, shine a bright little star on me and go, you're God's favorite, which may or may not be true. Sorry to anyone who doesn't want to hear that, okay? Now, he doesn't have any favorites. No father, no parent has favorites. But, he's like, I don't, you do a lot, Tristan. So yeah, then we decided to go golf as a family. This is all just in one big day, and I was already cooked and exhausted, and I sank every ball into the water. More unfortunate, dude. It was just really unfortunate, and you gotta love it, man, because if you don't appreciate the downs, how can you really love the ups? At least that's what they say. I don't know, man. When things are going great, I try to really pay attention. I acknowledge, like, this is still going well. This is amazing. I don't ever go, well, you know what I need with this cake? Some freaking sour pudding. No, dude. I'm like, this is great. This is great. This is great. I don't need reminders that life can suck sometimes. But, people say that, so I'm going to run with it anyway. Anyways, guys, I want to say that if you have any questions about your life or about me or anything in the world, really, to submit them to FullCircusPodcast@gmail.com, or you can go to the Full Circus Podcast Instagram or TikTok or any one of those. And, I'm thinking I want to say that more. I forget all the time. But as we all know, that I have not a degree, but I have a hour in psychology class, and I would like to put it to use sometime. So if you're like, hey, I'm dealing with a lot, girlfriend left me, parents broke up, dog got hit by a plane, he jumped high, and I need to figure out how to go and deal with it. I'm not saying I'm licensed or, a legal practitioner of somebody that can bestow great knowledge upon you, but you know what? I do have a positive spin and a twist. Now, that's not to say I won't make fun of you. Who knows, okay? This is a free judge zone, which is like the opposite of judgment free. There's free judgment all around. So we might have some fun, we might not. But the point is, I will provide good information. And I've been thinking outside of that, if people don't feel like sharing their stories, I've been doing a lot of like Reddit stuff, and I've watched them on YouTube as well. I'm thinking maybe that would be a fun little spin-off to do here. Get a couch, get a new setup, and just read these Reddit stories. If you're not familiar, people post their trauma or funny stories or inconvenient or embarrassing or whatever, and they're weighing in like, hey, am I the problem? What's the story here? And they're looking for judgment. Oh, how fun, dude. How often in life do people come to you and say, hey, what do you think? And you just get to say unsolicited advice without anything. Log and I and all, okay? You can just throw it out there. I'm thinking maybe that would be fun if we don't get enough to really put our psychology hour to the test to see how we can decipher and make do of the best thing that are going on in the world. So, yeah, that's what's new. That's what's new. That's what I've been thinking about. And real quick, dude, this isn't important, but it's like a tick of mine, okay? I don't even know what it is, okay? You can call, I don't know, people like to decipher all the ADHD, autism, Asperger's, whatever it is, okay? I don't think it's anything like that. It's just one little thing, but I have I have a clip, okay? On a couple episodes ago, I mentioned that my dad had broken out of the hospital. Nurses were looking for him, alarms flashing. He escaped, prisoner, gotta find him. People are looking, he disappears into the wind, kind of like Jason Bourne. And I forgot to put in the Jason Bourne clip, and it's been sitting on my phone. And my body and my soul, I feel incomplete in the sense that I wasted my time if I don't use it. So, hey, boom. And there we go. And you're like, that didn't really fit, but you know what? I had to get that off my chest. In worst case scenario, we all just got to watch a little bit of an action movie. So did anyone really lose? I don't think so. Am I on caffeine? No. I know it may sound like it, but I think this is just the excitement of living a fun life with you guys. Oh, he's sentimental. Hallmark, where you at? So anyways, let's get back into, not today, but what's going on really in my life, man. I've been getting a lot of mail at this new apartment place I'm living at, and because people were there before, they had not changed their address. So there's probably 3 different people that are getting internet and bank and telephone bills and stuff like that. And one by one, I've been trying to cancel out every single one. Bang, 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 bang. This is the person. Do you have an account? No, but someone else does. Stop sending them stuff here. Most of these people go, oh, we had no idea, so sorry, that's our fault, no problem. No more mail coming your way. Thanks. That's great. However, I got a bone to pick with PNC Bank, okay? Because I've been calling them up and I say, here's the deal. You guys keep sending mail. This person don't live here, right? And they go, but do you have an account with us? And I go, no. Did you hear anything of this whole lecture that I just said of my issue? And they go, well, if you don't have an account with us, then there's nothing we can do. And I said, okay, but let me go back to the beginning. And then I rewind and I go, somebody else used to live here. They bank with you guys. They no longer live here. You are sending your mail to the wrong person. Well, what is their new address? I don't know. Never knew the person. Okay. Well, if you don't have a new address and if you don't have a verification of the identity, if you have no way, we can't text you the phone number, can't do anything, then we can't do that for you. I go, what? I'm living here. I don't want their mail. And it's illegal to open other people's mail. Like, we want to just open it and find their account number or do whatever. I can't do that. But maybe that would have been a good threat to be like, listen, if you don't do that, I'm going to commit some crimes. It's going to be on you, PNC. But I didn't. So I've been calling back because I was fed up because she didn't help me at all. And I call, bing. I get right back on the phone with PNC and get the same story. So now I know they're consistent. They really don't like to be helpful at all. What they told me was that I have to take the mail, okay, like 2 or 3 different pieces of it and take it to a PNC location. There's not one close by. I don't know why the person who lived here before me didn't bank with someone closer. But anyways, now I got to drive 25 minutes out of the way. That's the closest one. 25 minutes and take those things to the physical location to be like, hey, I am receiving their mail. I don't want it anymore. And I haven't done that yet. I guess this is just an intro part to what's going to happen going forward. I have been throwing out their mail, so I only have 2 from PNC. I think I need to get another one, and then I can kind of lock it in and be like, stop! But that's just, why is that any better? They're like, well, can you show me the ID that you are this person? I don't have any proof of that I'm this person, have any relation to this person, because I'm not. Isn't that the whole problem? Why did Spectrum and AT&T and everybody else I've dealt with thus far have no problem with shutting it down? It's like I'm just breaking into their house and constantly stealing this one little piece of info, but I'm afraid to open it, like I'm a criminal, but opening the mail is where I draw the line. Stealing? Okay. But violating the USPS service, oh, that's where I draw the line. No, dude. So PNC has been being a pain, and we'll see what happens. I have to collect, and then I have to go to I have to go there. How annoying. I don't even bank there. What am I supposed to do? Maybe they want me, it's like a tourist trap. They think I'm going to set up an account with them or something. This is an open freaking invitation to all people who don't bank with PNC currently. Don't start, because they're inconvenient to everybody. I don't know. So anyways, outside of that, dude, I went to the gym for the first time. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I work out constantly and consistently, but I've never been to an actual physical location gym before. And that was partly due to what I was saying about my structure. Everything was busy and falling apart. And one thing that was falling by the wayside was my fitness. So in my caffeinated high, I thought, what if I buy a gym membership? Well, if I was spending money on it, I would feel even more motivated to pursue such a thing. And it did. And I went there, and it was like, it was great. It was weird. There were so many people who had aspirations, and that's a good place to be. You ever been around people who have goals in their life? It's nice, because you've been around people who don't, and you're like, no one's trying to go anywhere, right? We're fine. We're fine here. But everyone, no matter where they're at, they're running the treadmill, they're lifting the weights. Everyone's trying, and I like that. It was interesting though, because I didn't know the gym etiquette. I was like, when do I step in? It was like someone swinging double dutch, and I was like, oh, okay. Oh, no, not yet. Me. They're like, go. And it was awesome, man. It was awesome. Good people. And I cleaned. I had good etiquette, I think. I wiped down the seats. I don't know if I was supposed to be doing that every time. I was getting the spray bottle like I worked there part-time. I didn't see anybody else doing that. But, your first time, or you think you got to pay your dues. I don't know what the etiquette is. I didn't have one going into it, so I played ball the best I could. So it was nice, though, man. I tell you what, if you've been working at home, there's something different about doing it in a physical environment where other people are trying, because it's not competitive necessarily, but there is something like, okay, everybody's here? All right, one more! I got one more in me! Oh, okay, you didn't turn your back yet? I got one more! And you do that over and over again, and you really push yourself to the limit for the sake of strangers, all right? But it works. So, so far so good. I have no beef with the gym. I know a lot of people struggle with quitting gyms. I know that's a famous thing where people can't seem to quit, kind of like the bank. Like people are like, hey, well, if you can't just quit the gym over the phone or over email, you need to come into the location, prove that you're you, and then stop it. I don't know if that will be the case when I get there. But again, this is another stay tuned story. This one's starting out good, and we hope and pray. Didn't mean to spit at you, Lord. It was just a slobbery, hey, I love you. We pray that it continues. Goodness continues. So that's what my week's been like, really. That's just a lot of inconvenience, a lot of good things, bad things, really just the one thing. But you know what? We're making do, all right? We're making do. Because if you don't make do, you make duty. And we don't want that, even when it's there, okay? Nobody wants to try and make more duty than there already is. There's plenty of duty in the world. Duty is a good word, man. I don't know why. Here's the thing, dude. Swearing, I get. It's edgy, it's cool and all. People want to swear, and it's not like I can't. I can swear. People are like, people will, your parents might, get mad at you. Or it's just, I don't do it for my own sake, but duty's fun, dude. There's so many better words that I feel are better than swear words, okay? Imagine saying duty. Imagine, like, you screw up. Imagine you get in a car accident and you go, duty! Oh! Would that not immediately take you out of it? And you'd be like, well, things aren't so bad. I'm laughing here. That's fun, man. That's good stuff. Anyways, get rid of the duty. So let's take a look at the news. I got some stuff here. Number one is there was a massive heat wave going on across Ohio and really all across America. Tropical storm Alberto, the lots of Atlantic hurricane. Who cares, dude? Honestly, and I mean this sincerely, who cares? The weather is exactly the way that it is. Whether it's too cold or it's too hot. I mean, look, I complain all the time about being too cold. That's mostly inside, and that's like a controllable environment. And you go, oh, this sucks. It's like if someone was complaining about their shower, and they're like, oh, my shower's too cold. Change it, all right? That's more where I'm coming from. But if you're going to sit and complain about the weather, if it's one specific location, maybe. But as, like, the nation, the country as a whole, I mean, who cares, right? Like, not just who cares, but what are you going to do? Huh? Like, what? Oh, it's hot out. I know. We all know, man. I've been saying this forever. I don't know what it is, but it sucks, and it's not good conversation. No matter how relatable or introductory people like to go, whoa, unless you're really suffering or you're out there or maybe you're, dragging your feet more than normal. Like if it's really affecting you or you got frost, like something has to be happening. It can't just be like, well, it's a bit warmer than it is normal. Yeah, I know. Come on, guys. This is why we need more conversation in our lives. We need more icebreakers that aren't heat. That would break ice, though. I don't know. I don't really have a beef with it. My beef is that I clicked on the news and that was all that it's about. It's all about heat wave, scrolling through all of it. Dude, how much of it is it about the freaking heat? Like, it can't be the first time anyone's ever felt the sun. I get it, okay? I was being a little bit rough for comedy's sake, but, there really isn't nothing you can do, and it can't be that devastating. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it's the whole page here. I brought up some of the news. So what I did see here, and we're going to try and tackle something that's a little bit more serious, but I'm just going to prove to you that I'm not qualified. So I saw that Louisiana, okay, is now required by law to display the 10 Commandments in classrooms through kindergarten all the way to university. Now, here's why I'm not the proper one to do this, because I don't know if this is, I hear a lot of people talk about if you're into writing jokes or something, then your brain is so used to finding the contradictory points. And either it's that or I'm just stupid, but I'm so good at arguing against myself and finding both sides. So immediately I read that and I go, well, that's great. That's a great idea. The 10 Commandments, no lying, no cheating and stealing. Well, why wouldn't we want that? Okay, that's great. We would have put that on the line. And also no opening mail because, when that gets you, another issue. But, it's good. It's good to have the commandments up, right? And then someone else will go, whoa, but no, what about the separation of the church and the state? You start opening the courts. This is the point, that we can't be enforcing this on other people and the freedom of religion. And I go, whoa, that's also a good point. I didn't take that into consideration. And then the other people comes back on the other side and they go, whoa, but the country was founded on Christ and God we trust. It's on the freaking thing and the Pledge of Allegiance. We got all that. We're founded in the Lord. And they go, that's a good point, man. We rule. And someone comes back and they go, well, but the Pilgrims, as much as they said that, they were pretty crappy people. We've done a lot of bad things. You go, whoa, all of this makes a lot of sense. I don't know, right? So here's my point is that, one, anything can be argued. No matter what you want to say, go back and forth. But then two, every time I read a news headline, I'm like, yeah, this is, but wait, but how, but why, but when, but where, sonny boy? And I never get anywhere. So what I have decided, every time I open the freaking news, is to close it. So that's all I got with there. So I gave you my input. Those were 4 points, 2 from each respectful podium. And you can dissect those and talk amongst those with yourselves there. But I will say, I got some actual interesting news. This was also in the news. It's let me pull it up here. It's a little bit less debatable for a lot of people, but a lot of people love to hear it. All right, and we know what it is. I'm an open-minded skeptic. Who's ready? We are going to talk about aliens. That's right, guys. If it hasn't been 4 days already, aliens are back in the news. New study out of Harvard, okay? A new paper suggests extraterrestrials could also be living underground or in a base inside the moon. This is coming from Harvard, that aliens might be living among us disguised as humans or in a base inside the moon, right? That is what they're coming at us. The study by Harvard University Humans Flourishing Program further puts forward the idea that UFOs, or unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, may be spaceships visiting their Earth based on alien friends. This, by the way, ends with probably, okay? Probably with 0 information. A university, arguably one of the greatest universities, the smartest, the pinpoint of education we have here in America, Harvard University, their time is saying that aliens are living among us, or underground, or on the moon. Big stretch here. One of these things, all of them are really not like the other. Well, they're either here or there or somewhere else, okay? But they can't be nowhere. Surely they got to be somewhere. Well, what evidence do you have? Absolutely none. But odds are, okay, and this is the whole thing, every time somebody talks about aliens, they say, odds are they're here. And then I keep coming back and saying, well, odds are the Cleveland Browns would have won a championship since 1964. But you know what? Odds aren't always in your favor. Okay, young boy? I don't know what you want from me. So, I don't know what to make of it, man. How is this? It's from the New York Post. How is it? It's real news. People really love aliens, and I don't know why. And I'm totally open to believing it if you provide something, but you can't be. It's saying that the reason there are UFOs, which, by the way, that's a whole other discussion in itself. Raise your hand if you've seen a UFO and you have good evidence and you know that's a UFO. Okay, now put your hand down. You're on something, right? So what they're saying is if you've seen it, if we get to the point where we see a UFO, not only are those aliens, but the reason they're here is because there are aliens that look like humans, and that's why they're here visiting. But also, they could just be in the moon. So why aren't they up there? And how come no one else has seen them? Where is the discussion for sanity? I love fantastical things. I hate to be the guy who has to kind of debate. And this is the one thing, politics, I'll argue both sides. But this, I want to bat on both sides, right? I'm coming out here. Boom, there's no such thing. We got no sources. Why would they look like us? Why are they disguised? What benefit do they have to pretending to be us? And then when their alien friends come down, do they come like, I can't find them because we didn't know if they were underground looking, they were blending in, or if they were in the moon. Did you check the moon? We might be up there. We told you if you ever come look for us, we might just be in the moon. Like, clearly they're not that smart if they can't even find each other or they couldn't orchestrate a rendezvous. All right, when we come back to Earth, will you be either on the ground, on the moon, or underground? And like, we'll figure it out. Stupid, dude. It makes zero sense altogether. Oh my goodness. Visiting their Earth-based alien friends, dude. Harvard, guys, probably. I don't get it, dude. I really don't. There's just nothing I can be. I can't bat on this side and say, hey, but we have this. But there was that one time. What about that one time where we saw a guy and he was exactly the same? And surely, odds are, maybe he was an alien. Odds are I'm an alien. Probably one of you listening is an alien. Probably someone is an alien. Odds are, odds don't make any sense, dude. I don't know when we started flipping coins and just being like, bing. Well, they're on heads, and heads was aliens, so odds are there's something. It doesn't make any sense. Odds are PNC would have let me cancel the freaking account from the sanctity of my own home, but now I got to go outside and worry about all these aliens I might be mingling with, but who knows? Maybe they're just on the moon. I don't know, dude. I love talking about it because it's one of the silliest things I've heard. People get fired about politics and they go, this is wrong, this is crazy, but I feel like this is the one discussion where you can be like, nuh-uh, no, hey, aren't you supposed to be smarter than all of us? This doesn't make me feel good. I'm an idiot, okay? All right? Huh? Yeah? I spent my day, I was rushing. I was supposed to be going so fast to get things done, but I spent 7 minutes walking 1.3 miles per hour next to a lady in a scooter. Okay? That means, one, just I'm a good person, but two, I'm not smart enough to prioritize life or efficiency. I'm not a genius, but I'm totally open to seeing some hard facts or even soft facts, okay? It doesn't have to be hot. It could be lukewarm. Anything, right? Just show me one. It doesn't have to be a fact. It could just be a good idea. It could be a good source. It could be a good picture. It could be a painting for all I care, but something that just feels legitimate. But what's in your life? Harvard. I don't know. Some things like that, man, you just kind of taint your whole reputation. Harvard, guys, odds are there are aliens here disguised as you and me. Sink your teeth into that one, okay? It doesn't feel good. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And some of those people, they're geniuses. And how did they come up with that one? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's so funny, though, and I'm going to love to keep on talking about it. So next time, and we love, I think it's more of just an obsession with aliens. People just want to talk about aliens, and, people are like, well, they're not going to read it if we don't put any aliens in it. Aliens are the new zombies from like 2010 to 2020. Zombies were the big thing. People loved zombies. Here comes the zombies, Walking Dead, Last of Us. We can't wait for more zombies. We can't get enough of zombies because what if we were dead but we weren't? Crazy. But now we're obsessed with aliens. We can't get enough of aliens. What if there's people out there that aren't us, but they're in the moon or us or underground? Who crazy? And then it's going to have its day, but it's every 5 seconds people want to have aliens. It's going to go back to Ghost or something soon. I can't wait because those are also very funny because people are like, there's Ghost here. Prove it. I can't, but you just, odds are. It's just very interesting. It's very interesting. Especially considering that people hate religion, not just Christianity, but all religions. People go, well, you don't have anything. You got nothing to go. You got nothing to finish. Well, you know what? Maybe the Lord's in the moon. Have you thought about that? Was that the missing piece of any of these religions? Okay, I don't care what you celebrate, what you think, or what you believe in, but maybe if I just said, no, you misunderstood. There's not just an all-powerful being who's just up in the sky somewhere. He's in the moon, Jack. Oh, well, why didn't you say so? We would have put that in the New York Post. So anyways, hilarious, man. You gotta love fun. So again, not trying to crap on the alien culture as a whole, even though I did. I do indeed. But I'm ready and willing if you show me some good sustenance, all right? I am an open-minded skeptic, and I will approach the subject as such. Outside of that, really quickly, dude, I want to say that the Looney Tunes feature film, the first one ever, actually, it is The Day the Earth Blew Up. It is with Porky and Daffy, and there's lots of the Looney Tune folk. I haven't seen the movie, but it's coming out. The point is, guys, it's a 2D animation. All right, and this is big, right? This is big because they don't do this anymore. Everything's 3D animation, Frozen and Tangled and stuff like Inside Out. All the great stories, great movies, all the same. But you know what? Good old-fashioned 2D animation, stuff like Tarzan and any of the old Disney movies, stuff like that. Just hand-drawn. It's 2D, it's flat. It's plain old good-fashioned cartoons. And not only that, the first feature film that Looney Tunes has ever made. And so when I see it, go see it. I like Looney Tunes, but you guys should too. Not only to appreciate the art of 2D and cartoons as a whole, but also for the Looney Tunes. And also because Warner Bros. Keeps writing stuff off, and maybe if it makes money, then they'll bring Coyote vs. Acme back. Dude, I like cartoons, okay? So put some respect on them. I know the alien folk, they're not going to do that. But what if I told you? What if I said that there are cartoons living amongst us? And they look just like you and me. You will never be able to tell. Even if you ask them, legally, they're allowed to say, I don't think so, Doc. And you'll never know. But they might be in the moon or underground. We don't know. All the same point is they could be here. So love them, respect them. So, guys, I think that is everything I had to talk about. This is a bit more than I thought I'd even go, right? Because, like I said, I was spent. I've had no caffeine. This is what I've been having. My whole life revolves around... Wow, that's a good sip. Water. and we're living good. We're living right. So finding a new baseline, creating my new baseline, and, chasing the dream, whatever that means. But making fun of a lot of the things and having a crappy day, but a good day, but less of things work out. Was this the whole bow I was talking about at the beginning? And I would like to end this by saying this is Full Circus. My name has been Tristan Sartoris, and it will be. But I already said at the beginning, if I say it twice, it's double redundant. But if it's double redundant, is that like 2 negatives, 2 positives? How do I make it negative? How do I go back and stop myself from ever saying that? Time portal, get through. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I was going to say it, and I don't even know why. I don't think I ever even closed the show by saying my name and the name of the show, but I almost just did it, and I won't. I will not stand for that. But I will say that thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you guys had fun. Hope you had lots of laughs. If you feel like any of it was abrasive or intrusive or offensive, just know I didn't mean any of it. I'm going through withdrawal. And yeah, go have some fun and don't go to PNC Bank. Allegedly, I could wait legally. I'm just in case if they're going to sue me or something. I don't know how stuff works. Allegedly, PNC sucks. Okay. I don't know for sure, so I'm not going to say anything mean or some sort of defamation. There we go. Oh, covering his bases, baby. You guys, thank you so much. I will see you in the next one. I appreciate your time. I love you. Submit your questions. FullCircusPodcast. All that.